What's going on YouTube? 0088 here, I'm here with my sister Kemi, and we just came back from Ready Player One. Let's review it all. What do we think of Ready Player One?
So first bit, sick. Middle bit, sick. And in the end, sick.
That's it. Review done. Ready Player One was a good film. I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't want to say I loved it, but the more I think about it, like on the talk on the way home in the car, the more I think, yeah, I think maybe I do love it. I do. Like, I'm liking it. The more I think about it, the more I start to like it. You know, I'm a gamer. I'm a proper gamer.
Like what I noticed,
so it resonated with me.
Like growing up with you,
yeah,
you are like, for me, like an ultimate gamer. Like you know your shit about shit, right?
I'm a nerd as well.
Okay.
And all the pop
so when I saw
and
your face in the cinema, like you looked genuinely, like you looked really like, God, that really hit me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's almost like you didn't want to allow yourself to believe, because obviously there's things in the film that you didn't like and you were thinking about those. But I found it very hard for you to not feel anything.
You can't believe that I wouldn't feel anything.
Yeah, because growing up watching you play game, I felt some shit.
I was
like, damn.
Like, this is a spoiler review, by the way. Spoilers discussion, yeah, spoilers everywhere. Like when Parzival or Wade Watts got the first key. Like when he figured that out, I was like, yeah, and it's like when you figure out a crazy puzzle in Resident Evil or something.
The film was so good at that. It made you feel like you were playing it.
Yeah,
and
like
you were like, oh, I got the key.
I was like, yeah, I was just really excited. Like he figured out that he has to go backwards. Yeah. Everyone's doing it wrong. Yeah, he was just sick. It was just, I loved that.
Yeah, it was really
that
good.
feeling was really cool.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
I feel like I wish I didn't watch the trailer now. Because I really wish I didn't know what Artemis looked like, because I would have been so curious, like, because in the trailer you see what Artemis looks like clearly. So I wish I was like watching it and I was just like, oh, I wonder what she looks like. I wonder what Artemis looks like in real life. Is it a guy? Is it going to be this really fat girl? Is it going to be like, what is she going to look like in real life? Is that even her voice? But then obviously I've seen the trailer, so I knew what she looked like. That ruined it for me. Yeah. So yeah,
you should have done that now.
So it shouldn't, you know. No, but then we got it with the other girl, H, like Parzival's best friend.
I thought throughout the whole film, oh, it's a kid. It's just like a young kid. That's what I thought would be the big reveal. That it's just a young kid, and you know, this young kid was able to do this, like, you know, because she was like some kind of. What was she in the game? She could fix like these things, and she made a massive giant.
I think she was like a modder or something.
Yeah, a mod. Yeah, a modder.
She was like a modder. She could like mod the game and do.
I just thought it was a really smart kid. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And then, but then when I found out it was Helen,
the Shining scene.
Yeah, the Shining scene.
Because when the girl was coming up to him, the naked girl from The Shining. Her. When the girl's coming up to her, the naked girl in The Shining. She was all like, like I thought she was gonna say, I don't know if I should be doing this. Yeah, I don't know if I should be doing this like a little kid, because we really believed it was a little kid, but it turned out to be a black lesbian.
But even at that point, I didn't think it was a woman.
Yeah. It was a black lesbian, which is really cool. And when I saw
it, I was like, oh my God, that's so good.
Yeah, it's really cool because you just don't expect it. And then Wade is like, oh, you're H. Oh,
yeah.
It was really cool when they were discovering each other in real life.
Oh, that was the best. Honestly, for me, that was the best part. When, what's her name?
Artemis?
Oh, Samantha, in real life, like, it was so funny because she was like with them in the game, and you see them in the Shining scene. Yeah. And they're all together, and like she's helping H like get up and all this stuff. And then when they see them in real life, it's like they have no idea who they are. Like it's really strange. You think that's H. Yeah. You should recognise her. It's like
it felt like a mixture of they don't really know each other, but at the same time they do know each other.
They know each other so well.
Yeah, they know each other so well, but at the same time they don't know each other. It's really cool.
So messed up.
Felt like situations
that's what happens in real life.
Yeah.
I'm sure when you play games, like I know a lot of my friends that are gamers, they're like they have best friends that they've never met.
Yeah, online.
Yeah.
So many gamers online. Yeah, it happens a lot. Like back in the days when PlayStation Home, because the Oasis reminds me of. I don't know if you guys ever played PlayStation Home. It was kind of like the Oasis where you just go and you have your own apartment, and I met like people on there, and like I made like friends. I remember I was talking to this one girl for like almost a year, I think. But I never knew if it was actually a girl because we never spoke on the phone. We never heard each other's voices. For all I know, it could have been a 300-pound dude in his sister's basement, like H said, or mother's basement or whatever. Just like H said. So that was, yeah, man. It just resonated with me so much because there's so many VR films, like films about virtual reality and alternate realities, like The Matrix. Recently, Jumanji. Jumanji is quite similar, and.
So what makes you think
this one because it's one that's probably the most realistic.
Right.
One that's with VR. You see the PlayStation's got the VR thing now. Like I think the Oasis could literally happen in 2040. Whatever.
Yeah, of course.
Something like the Oasis, probably even sooner. You know.
A lot of questions we had on the way home and talking.
We had a lot of questions. We love the film, but there's still a lot of questions.
Yeah, like one of them. How can they afford all that stuff? Okay, for example, where Wade comes from. It looks like how does he
sleeps on a washing machine or something?
Yeah, a washing machine. How can he afford to?
I think he just sits on that washing machine, but I don't know.
I mean, obviously we know how he gets the suit and stuff because he
won the first prize.
Right, and you get coins with that. But like even before that, how did he progress in the game? How is he affording these VR sets?
VR sets.
The gloves.
Well, I discussed that. I said it's 20. Think about it this way. It's 2040, right?
Yeah.
And look at we've all got iPhones in 2000.
Basically saying you're poor right now.
No, I'm just saying.
I know.
We've all got iPhones. Like no matter how poor you are in 2018, you're probably going to have a smartphone.
Way to get something.
You'll find a way to get something like a smartphone. So I'm thinking in 2040, a VR headset, especially when you have something like the Oasis, that's huge.
Yeah.
It's just like how iPhones and smartphones are huge and internet is huge now. VR headsets are probably just like getting an iPhone.
Right. And you can tell that because in the film it seems like everyone
has one. Everyone has it. Yeah, because it's
something that it's almost like life.
Yeah, you got to have it. Like it's like not having a TV. Yeah, it's a job. Like how his aunt and his aunt's boyfriend, he lost the house, or they did lose the house.
Yeah.
Whatever happened there.
That's the only way they can get quick money or like get any kind of money. Yeah. Battles or anything online. It's almost like YouTube in a way.
Yeah. Oasis was kind of like their YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube's kind of like a VR thing, sort of thing, you know. So and then obviously there's levels to it where you get the bodysuit and you get the big hamster ball thing that he called it. So yeah, there's levels to it. But then the next question I had was Halliday, like all the 80s references.
Right.
Like it just seemed like it's 2040 something. Why are they all just pop culture and referencing the 80s? Shouldn't they be referencing maybe I don't know the year 2020s?
I said
I
said for me because you can clearly see
the early 2000s.
The people that are involved in the game, the main characters, they are so engrossed in the idea of gaming, and they seem like the kind of people that want to go back in time.
Not just gaming. Like, pop culture, nerd stuff.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. But like, that's when all that, you know, the 80s almost, 90s, 80s was when it all came alive. So it's like, why would you, if they're that geeky, they, you know, I can imagine they'd want to look back on it.
And plus it's also, they have to kind of follow Halliday, and Halliday is basically like me.
And he's
I'm 30 years old this year, I'm going to turn 30 this year. And it's 2018, right? And Halliday created the Oasis in what, 2028 or 2000? And he looked like he was about maybe in his early 40s or something when he made the Oasis. So, and I'm gonna be about 40 in the 2020s or whatever.
Right. So would you necessarily forget about the Atari or?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't, because Halliday loves the 80s. He was like an 80s nerd.
He grew up on this,
you know, all this 80s crap, all this 80s crazy shit. So it made sense that he would have all his 80s nostalgia put into the Oasis, and all these young kids that are born in 2020 would follow Halliday's thing, because you have to learn Halliday's thing in order to win the Easter egg. So that's why the 80s references were so big, because the Oasis was basically the life. It was YouTube. The Oasis was YouTube, but bigger than YouTube probably. Yeah. So then, and Halliday's stuff, everybody was into that.
So you think
that makes sense in a way that the 80s pop culture stuff. You just made it work.
Talking about the film, like overall. Yeah, obviously you said you were afraid you were going to read the book, but you haven't read the book.
I haven't read the book yet.
I've read the film bits without enjoying the book.
Without reading the book, yeah.
Without reading the book. So do you feel like if you've read the book?
I'm worried about that.
I'm worried. Like,
I even whispered to Carla.
Watching the film, I'm like, I need to read this book.
Yeah, I said to my girlfriend next to me, my girlfriend watched it with us.
Shout out CB, she told us a shout out.
Yeah, shout out Carla.
Shout out CB.
I said to her, man, I'm glad I didn't read the book, because now I know that Wade wins by like going backwards, and you know. But then again, I don't know how different it is. That might not even be in the book. Because I remember hearing that maybe the race isn't even in the book or something. That it was a big battle instead. Or I can't remember. But yeah, so I don't know.
I never forget that feeling I got when the girl, it was so annoying, because even in the cinema you turned to him, he was like, he figured something out, and then he was in the race, the next race, and then she could tell that he figured something out. Yeah. And then she was like, are you going to tell me?
Are you going to tell me? What did you know? Are you going to tell me?
At this point,
and I was like, yeah, she ain't telling me shit.
One sec. But at this point, they met once, she was rude to him, and then I was like, why is he going to
tell you?
Why is he going to tell you anything? You were like, what are you going to tell him?
What are you going to tell you for? He ain't tell you shit, man. He can do that shit for himself right now. Yeah. He's got to figure this shit out himself right now.
Realistically, well, we had a conversation.
Realistically, if you're playing a video game with your friends online, but then he's just met her. You know, if I just met someone,
would you reveal?
I wouldn't be like, just go backwards with me. Like, I would be excited.
Kind of feeling, or like
maybe if I was excited, I don't know. Maybe if I was excited, I might have done that.
Me, I was like, thank God you didn't tell her.
Yeah,
like,
you didn't trust her.
I'm such a secret person. It took me so long for me to trust that girl in that film.
Yeah.
Even up to the point where, what was it? Even when, I think when he said something about love, when he was talking to the whole world about things, that's what, and she smiled. I was like, okay, so this is genuine. That's when I realised, okay,
that's not the end, is it?
I swear on my life, that's when I felt.
Mad.
Because for me, I felt like,
I knew it was gonna be cliche. There, she's gonna be like a love interest, of course.
I felt like she was just trying to get ahead.
That'd be interesting though, if she was like a evil character. Because something different.
How amazing would it be? Because even before she spoke about how, you know, the one IOI, like, you know, with the reason for her dad dying.
Yeah, so she could have secretly been working with him.
Right, but you know, I still felt like it could have gone down a really bad route for her. Like, I really, when he started saying, you know, when Helen or H was like saying, yeah, it could be a dude in his mum's basement, all this kind of stuff. I was like, it's so true. And I turned to him and I said to him, like, why is he so trusting? I don't understand. Like, even in the film,
smitten, isn't he?
I know, but even in the film, you feel like this is a bit too cliche for him to not.
And plus, she's like super cool.
Cautious.
She's like got the Canadian's bike from Akira.
Right.
She's fucking all slick and that. She's all got a little cool looking outfit and face and that slick red dress. He can feel her hands on his body. He's never had that suit before. So he's actually feeling her hands on his body. Now he's like, oh damn, I'm feeling this chick, man. So his head's all fucked. Like he's feeling. He's feeling her too much. That's why.
Literally,
trust me, imagine going online for the first time ever with that suit and someone's touching you, you're like, I like them now. That's what it's like. So that's
yeah, but even before then he was still very trusting. He told her things and they spoke about things that he should
but it wasn't that trusting enough that he answered her when she said, are you gonna tell me how to win this race?
I know, yeah. That's when
if she had touched his body before that, you'd have been like, follow me.
Do you reckon?
Probably. If he had got to that point.
That scene was so good though. I actually felt like I was doing it. And the King Kong thing was like looking at him and he was like, oh, the anger underneath.
It's on the ground.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's so sick.
That scene for me was insane.
That's one thing I did. So much to talk about. There's so much to talk about. I can't remember. Is Artemis I was wondering if Artemis was fat in the books, or I think Wade Watts was fat, but it was just like they just made them all pretty for Hollywood and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, like I don't know, because it would have been interesting. Because all she had was like a, what was it?
A birthmark.
A birthmark on her face.
I'm just thinking
that probably makes her seem even cooler.
2018, exactly, 2018. Yeah. You know, we've got models that have got vitiligo. Like, we've got some shit out there already.
Yeah.
A birthmark on your face, that's nothing. I wouldn't even see it. I wouldn't even notice that shit. And like, she's acting, you know, obviously.
I said it would have been more like interesting if Artemis looked more like that chubby girl that worked for IOI, that was like, why can't you get the key in the hole? Like, why can't you, it's so simple, why can't you just do it? I thought maybe she looked like that girl, like she's not exactly ugly.
I'm surprised that
but she's a bit more like chubby and like cute, like more like, she's not like supermodel, like she's not like super hot like Artemis in real life and in the game. And
to be fair, it's more like, I'm not saying that, you know, someone like Samantha isn't a gamer, but I'm just saying it's probably more realistic in that world.
Yeah.
For, you know,
the only thing I'll say about that is because Artemis ended up being this like freedom fighter in real life. I don't know if a freedom fighter girl is gonna be like some like chubby girl that just like is proper nerdy.
You never know.
A freedom fighter girl is probably gonna be a bit more active and, you know, a bit more like energy and can fight. You
don't know about that.
And then I'm gonna get to the stuff where what I didn't really like, or what made me be a bit iffy about the film was the whole freedom fighter thing. Like, he went from Wade Watts, this nerd that plays the Oasis game, and then he went to a freedom fighter with this Artemis
chick.
My
counter argument for that, what you just said, so obviously you think that, you know, he was this nerdy kid playing the game, enjoying changing his hair, like that was his highlight of playing this with Oasis.
It just made me feel real. It was
always, you know, you could tell when he was talking to his like aunt's boyfriend or whatever, like that was always in him, but he just never it just never came out.
Or maybe
when it came down to it, especially, and I think that girl was a massive part of it, because he was literally not living in the real world. Like, he finished school, he went down.
If this was a TV show, it would be so much sicker.
I know, there'd be so
much. If it was a TV show, like a HBO 10 episodes a season TV show, like where you gradually see his growth.
I know it's hard to do that in a film. It's so hard to
from like a proper nerd to like a freedom fighter. Then but in 2-hour film, it's like what? I put
it down to the fact that it was always in him, and that, you know, he never lived in the real world.
It's not just that though. It's not just that. Oh, it didn't make sense for the character.
No.
It's more like, it kind of took, I don't know, a little bit of the fun out of it for me. In terms,
of course. Personally, at the end of the day, he's a gamer.
Like, you just want to see like, I thought the film was, you're going to see these gamers, like, you got Parsifal's crew, you got all these other crews, and they're all trying to get these keys, and it's literally just a fight for these keys. But then it turned into this whole, we're going to stop this evil corporation, we're the freedom fighters.
This is another thing I want to say.
You know?
Like, that makes a lot of sense. Like, I totally understand that, but at the same time, the Oasis in this world is like their life. Like he goes through when he's narrating. Like when they lose, what is it, like when they die or something and they lose their coins, like that affects them in real life as well. So that's why I feel like, you know, like the freedom fighter thing was a bit annoying, but it's almost like he kind of needs to do it because like the IOI is literally affecting people's lives in real life. And that girl makes an example of that when she says,
I don't know. I think I could died. Oh, I don't want to get rid of the IOI.
I know, but that's why it seemed like he was like, you know.
I think the IOI maybe was in it a bit too much.
That's the thing. That's what
maybe they should have been like more. They should have been a bit more like background, like corrupt characters, while everybody's trying to race for this like.
This is the thing. When it comes to technology, I feel like everyone needs to be on the forefront of it. That's why. That's why they YouTube is very similar to the Oasis. The closest thing to the Oasis right now is probably something like YouTube. And I kept thinking about that in the film.
Yeah, and like YouTube is like, it's like the normal YouTubers, like the little smaller YouTubers versus these big corporations that are trying to come
get over it
and take all the views, take everything. Like they get all the trending pages, like all Jimmy Kimmel and all that kind of shit.
Like you know, the problems that you have with the copyright, and I feel like every time it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, all the copyright issues and all the big corporations put that shit on you.
Yeah.
They feel like the IOI and then we're like the Wayne Watts. But then that's the difference.
But imagine if YouTube was like...
That's the thing, that's the difference. We're not like freedom fighters. The most freedom fighting we can do is just saying, this isn't right on video. That's it. Like, this isn't right. That's the most you can do. We're going to start having all these, like, kidnapping me and blowing up my stacks. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it didn't feel that real anymore. Like.
But that's what I mean. But you need to imagine if this was a real thing. Like,
but it's 3 trillion.
I definitely feel like something like the IOI, like they would come to your house. It would be very sneaky.
A lot worse. If it's 3 trillion on the line, if this thing is worth 3 trillion, or was it, sorry, half a trillion or whatever?
Something,
half a trillion, yeah. My God, yeah, then there'll be some
Illuminati,
there'll be Illuminati shit going
on your door, like,
who knows what's going on with PewDiePie and the biggest YouTubers right now.
Honestly, that's
so much stuff going on with these biggest YouTubers. They're like the puzzles, aren't they? Like PewDiePie, KSO, them lot, Ninja.
Like the whole concept of Easter eggs and it being close to Easter, like it came out yesterday.
Yeah, and Easter. It coming out on Easter was such good timing. Yeah. All the Easter eggs in the film were just like...
This is it, like, come on.
Like, I loved how at the end he was like, this is my world and it's fine. He did,
exactly.
It did some like Street Fighter combo, it's like, Hadouken!
Oh my God! That was insane.
That was so sick.
It's so true, like... You know, it's like, I felt that when he hit him. It's like, you know, you're fighting as if you're in the real world. But come on, this is a game, and this is my game. And then you fought like that, and he did the Hadouken. I was like, oh my God.
I wanted to say it a bit low, because he said it kind of low, like he was...
Did he even say it? I didn't say it. I just saw him do that.
It was like, he did like a Street Fighter combo. And he went, Hadouken. I was like, he's going to do it, Hadouken. He was like, Hadouken. I was like, yes. That was so sick. He said it. I'm sure he said it.
I didn't hear him say it.
He said Hadouken. He's like Hadouken. I was laughing when he said it. He said Hadouken, and he did like a kick, like Law's kick from Tekken, but he kicked him in the balls.
Oh, but anyway,
you know, flip kick.
That's the whole. That's why I feel like the whole concept of racist. Like you can't mess around.
Like, so much sick
bodies.
And then when I was getting hyped when that the Japanese dude, he was like, he said get a Gundam, and he comes in with a Gundam, and I was like, yes.
Oh yeah, you wanted to talk about this, didn't you? About the Japanese guy.
The Japanese guy. I didn't know. Was it cliche that they were so like Japanese, they were like ninjas? And he brought out the Gundam, but then I thought, you know what? Japanese people, they're obviously.
That's their culture. That's how they fight.
They've got the accent and all that. They've obviously just like recently moved to, I guess, America.
But even if they didn't, it was. For me, that's why I feel like it's so common when you see Japanese people in films, like they always go back to like almost their culture, their roots, because that's like almost their self-discipline or like their way of being able to. I don't know. That's just how I see it.
It is like when you have something like the Oasis, you self-identify.
Of course.
Your culture in there. Because if I was
a little bit, even if
I was in the Oasis, I would have been something to do with like black culture or African culture. I probably wouldn't be Iron Man or something, and if I was Iron Man, I'd be like a black guy inside the suit or something. Do you know what I mean?
Because even though, and that's another thing as well, even though people go into Oasis to escape, there's something about
a part of them was still going to come out. You know. That reminds me of the Shining scene again. Like, that scene was really long, and it looked just like the Shining.
I've never seen The Shining.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing it's acting was sick for you.
Like, it's just that you need to watch The Shining, because if you watch The Shining, you will appreciate that scene. You will appreciate, because it looks just like the house, the axe bit, the bit in the I can't know how much they're trying to put in the film. The bit with the whole what's it called? The hedges, the grass, the snowy grassy fields bit, all from The Shining, look just like it. But it's Halliday's favourite film, isn't it? Or something. So that's why. I think it's his favourite film or something.
Oh no, well,
that was the film he went to watch. He went on his first date to watch or something. That's why that was so significant. So,
what I don't understand, maybe I can talk about this a bit more off camera, but what I don't understand is the whole concept of how he could record all of his life. Was there always a camera around or something?
I guess those were just parts of clues that he wanted people. But then that's what I mean. That's one of the gripes I have about the film is like, why did only like all these people are like they've got all these crew of people in the IOI desperately trying to figure out everything about Halliday's life so they can find this Easter egg. They're meticulously like poking every little bit of Halliday's life. They've got news reports and all this kind of stuff. And then you've got Wade, who's just like, yeah, I'll just go to this library no one goes to.
No, but he explains the film. He explains the film. And that's why, and that girl, Samantha, also says, like, you know Halliday.
You know Halliday. Well, I guess I didn't pay attention.
I feel like there's a massive similarity between Halliday and Wade.
That's what,
the way that they think and everything. Like Wade's almost like a modern day version of him. Because obviously, you know, they both want to escape into this game. You know, they love gaming, blah blah. Like
Wade didn't win because he's just like good.
No,
he is good, but Wade won because of his connection to Halliday.
Yeah, like
him and Halliday are very similar. That's how he won.
Yeah.
They had the similar personalities, but he was going to change because he was more like. That's what I loved. I loved Halliday. Halliday was not even alive, and he had great character growth.
Oh my god!
He had such a great arc. Like, because at the start, Halliday's like this nerd that creates the oasis to escape.
Which is like
and you praise that. You're like, yes, embrace your nerdness because it's made you this amazing world, the oasis and that. But at the end of it all, Halliday just wanted to be like.
He wanted to be.
Like, no, I wouldn't say like everyone else, but he wanted to still be like he said in such a simple way. Oh, the food is not as good. Like the food is so good in reality, or whatever.
Well, he just said that you can. You know, the only thing that's annoying about reality is that you can get a decent meal. Which is for you to live like.
A decent meal, like So basically, what he's saying is reality is still important because you get love. You get the touch of somebody, you get to be with family, you get good food, like he said, and he just wants that, and that's what he really regrets. He missed the getting with that girl.
Of Earth and like living, they're the smallest things of eating, you know, not the smallest, but like falling in love or, you know, having your first kiss or anything like that, like.
And that was his character growth.
Yeah.
And I remember when you were saying that, it doesn't make sense that he was playing the Atari or something like that.
Right, when he was younger.
Halliday was in the flashback, but then it does. I think it does.
I'm not saying that you can't play it. You know, like obviously.
No, I think it doesn't. It's because if you count the ages, I think he's older than me. Like in 2018, Halliday would have been older than me. He'd have been about 34 or something like that. So you got to count back. In 1990, the Atari was out in like 1991 or 1980 something.
Really?
No, I think it was 1980s.
Okay, that's quite recent.
So Halliday was probably like 35 in 2018 then, or something like that, because I think he's way older than me. So he was probably playing the Atari when he was young then. He must have been quite old. Maybe he was in his 50s in 1928 or whatever. And sorry, 2028.
2028.
He was probably in his 50s or whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean he was quite old when he died.
Because he was really old when he died. He was like really, like maybe in his like 70s.
He was quite old. But this is the little twister: is he really dead?
Oh,
but I mean, he did say
Wasn't it that guy that was pretending to be Halliday or something?
No, he was pretending to be the.
Simon Pegg.
That's another thing as well. Simon Pegg, like playing that Jeeves guy.
Yeah.
But can I just say one thing? There's a scene, you know, when he's talking, he's like, you know, is that it? The Jeeves guy. What's his name?
I can't remember.
I can't remember the name of the guy, but I'm going to call him Jeeves because it's like Ask Jeeves.
Yeah.
But you said, oh, is that it? You know, when he's looking at the bit when they're tidying up a party or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, is that it? And then Wade walks, but the guy keeps it on. I feel like if it was an automated sort of thing, he would have just turned it off when he said, yeah, that's it, and he was walking away. But he's almost like he let him listen to that last bit.
Yeah. Yeah, for him to figure it out.
To see if he figured it out. So that was obvious, or?
No, I didn't even think about that. That's probably did leave that on.
But it's not a bit unfair, unless you know. But then it's not, because like if you didn't
Wade was the one that got in there in the first place. Nobody else went in that place. So. And
the extra life. Oh my god, that was epic.
The coin,
I knew that coin was important.
I don't understand why that coin. How do you this? I don't know. Was that Deus Ex Machina? I don't know.
What do you mean? What's wrong?
Like, why is that coin an extra life? Because he lost the bet, and
because that guy always had it. He always had like an extra life. Like, I'm guessing other characters could probably get that from betting with him or whatever.
I don't know, because it was meant to be like a coin. Just I bet on my coins, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not.
I think it's cool.
Thing.
And it's like, why is he still alive? And then it's not like a typical cliche thing. It's like, because I had this in my pocket.
And there was the cheesy bit where, you know, the main bad guy was ready to shoot Wade as he got the Easter egg. And Wade didn't give a crap about him. He was too busy.
Oh my god, that bit, oh my days. That bit for me was sick.
Yeah.
Because I think, you know, because I said to you something, it's like, oh, why does he suddenly care? Why has he suddenly got a heart? Yeah. But then I kept thinking, I was like, oh, wait a minute.
He was the one that interned for Halliday.
He was interning for Halliday.
So obviously, he was even though he's a ruthless businessman now.
Yeah, and
he was once like a nerd, like Halliday.
Of course.
Like he wanted to work there, you know. And they don't really show that a lot, but you can have that interpretation where, okay, maybe he's having a heart at this moment because he's seen Wade cry and
oh my god, that scene.
It's making him remember how he was before he became a ruthless
guy hungry for money.
And they didn't need to pound that into your head so you figure that out earlier in the film. You could just figure that out for yourself afterwards.
Yeah. The concept of the film, everything was just like,
yeah, brilliant.
It was sick.
I need to see it again.
But I've never talked this much about a film. Not even Black Panther. I love Black Panther. For me was the sickest film of the year for me.
Yes. Like Black Panther's better than this film. But then I don't know, man. The more I think about Ready Player One, the more I love it. Because when I first finished watching it, I was like,
oh, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about this film. But the more I think about it, the more I love Ready Player One.
And that's the thing. I think that's what they want you to think, because again, it's all about Easter eggs in that film. And there was so many, and you think, imagine if you went back to watch it now, the things that you probably missed. Yeah,
so much stuff I missed, I think. So much stuff.
Oh my god, that film. It was really good, and I'm really nostalgic. Like, I grew up watching, watching you play a game, all that kind of stuff. All these consoles, you being obsessed with consoles, you trying to get the next one, trying to get the next game.
It's more of an online kind of game, but the whole idea of the keys and stuff.
But come on, to win the last key, they're playing an adventure game. When did that game come out?
Why haven't someone made something like this?
Oh my god, can we just...
Oh, they probably kind of have. I guess that's like...
What, Oasis?
I guess that's like esports, kind of.
What, Oasis?
Like, the idea of like, there's these keys you gotta find, and then when you find them, and you get the Easter egg, you get like, I don't know, 100 grand or something like that. Why isn't there like a game show like that or something?
I think people crack it too easily.
You think they crack it too easily?
That's the thing about Oasis. Like, I feel like he was able to do that game
such a hard way that no one could crack it.
Because they physically had to.
That's what I was saying. Like, I think there is stuff like that. Like
course there is.
Esports, but you have to be so good at it. Like the level of how good you have to be is like nuts.
Yeah, I really feel like there is.
It's like Fortnite.
But there's one thing that I didn't get to talk about that I want to talk about. Apparently, it was Thingy that made it stream live. What's his name?
Simon Pegg.
No.
Halliday. Yeah.
Apparently he got into the system and it made it live for everyone to see. It wasn't Wade that did that. You know how before. But I love how Wade was talking. Yeah. Because it reminds me even of you. Yeah. When you're talking, like, he was so passionate about how he was just talking like normal.
It's like the game has to do like this. He's just such a nerd.
The brilliant thing about this game and about the Easter egg, like, he was just talking about it as if he was like making a video or something.
Yeah, like it was just like a proper nerd.
Oh my god, that was so epic.
Like, it's just like they made these characters just right, like the proper nerd. Like,
so nerdy.
Yeah. It's a gamer's film, man.
Oh my god, and the scene, I'm so sorry, I keep talking about it. But even the scene, because obviously you see, what's the bad guy's name again? I keep forgetting their names.
I can't remember the bad guy's name now. I think just say the IOI guy.
The IOI guy. Yeah. Obviously, they're in this corrupt corporation, blah blah blah. But at the end, the girl with the ginger hair, she figured out, like, it's got to be. You've got to wander in the dark for the dot and stuff like that. Like, she figures all that out, but they're all at the end all cheering. And the bit when he's putting the key in, she was literally saying
what we're saying, like,
put the key in. How hard is it?
Just do it.
She was literally saying that because we were like, just do it. Come on, you can do it. When that guy let off that massive bomb.
Oh yeah.
But then I don't understand. So when people die, they die forever.
No,
in the game?
I think. They have to load up at some place, maybe, I guess, and make their character again. I don't know.
Because they weren't playing anymore. Like, no one could play anymore.
Yeah. I don't understand what that bomb did. I think it's probably something you missed. Probably missed what that bomb does to your life, how it works.
Yeah, I think you did.
That's why I didn't understand the extra life coin as well a bit, because I was a bit confused. Great film. Loved it.
I think I need to watch it again because there's way too many Easter eggs in that film. Like, that film was an Easter egg film.
Yeah, I need to definitely see that film again, man.
I love Easter eggs.
I'm trying to think of something else, if there's anything else that I missed. But
you probably missed a lot.
Oh yeah, we've missed loads, but I'm just thinking anything really big and relevant I wanted to talk about that I completely forgot. But I think that's it. Anyway, I think that's it. That's our long review discussion.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm sorry how you edit this. I can't wait to watch it.
That's our review of Ready Player One. Definitely recommend it. Oh, let's give it a rating. What would you give it out of 10?
How many, what? You have to put the picture.
How many Wade Watts?
No, don't do that!
How many Easter eggs did you give it out of 10?
Okay, you said, oh nice!
You like that one?
Good.
Yeah,
how many Easter eggs?
Gamers,
Golden Easter eggs. I'll give it a 9.
9, yeah?
Because there was still, I mean, for me, there were still things wrong with it. Like, things I didn't understand.
I think I'll give it 8.5.
Oh.
I'll get 8.5 out of 10.
I'll give it a 9. I
really enjoyed it. Definitely recommend it. I'm going to go see it again. I'll see it IMAX. I saw it 3D, but it was a bit annoying.
There's one thing I need to say. You don't have to be a gamer to enjoy this film.
No,
because
you don't have to
your
be.
girlfriend, like,
yeah, she loved it. No, she loved it.
And she
knows games. Like, she loves.
Yeah,
she still understands games.
Like, if you were born in the 90s, 80s, you're gonna love this film.
Yeah, I think so.
And if you're not, but you like gaming, or even if you don't, like, I don't know, you just enjoy it.
You'll just enjoy it.
It's fun. It's
fun adventure film. Yeah, it's a fun adventure film.
Definitely.
But yeah, that's our review of Ready Player One. If you liked it, give us a like, subscribe. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. And then when you subscribe, please hit the bell for notifications. And I'll see you again.
Peace.